This is Molly. Welcome to Purpose, where we are going through the Bible and figuring out how we should be living our lives so we can get back to God. Because that's our whole purpose for being on earth, to try to figure out how to love God more and more every day and how to love each other so that we can get closer to Him and we can get back to heaven. We left off on Genesis chapter 27, verse 41. So Jacob pulled the old switcheroony and he stole the blessing from his brother Esau. And now Esau is hot. He is not a happy camper. He's mad, and rightly so. You know, Esau has every right to be mad at Jacob. His younger brother stole the inheritance from him, whether Esau deserved it or not. You know, Esau was kind of a playboy and he didn't like responsibility, and maybe he wouldn't have been very good at running the family business and taking care of everybody. But who knows? He might have. We'll never find out, because Jacob stole it from him, and that was wrong. Jacob did the wrong thing. But I think Isaac, he prayed on it, and he must have realized something bigger than me's going on here, and he trusted God. And that's what we have to do, you know? In everything that happens to us in our day, we just have to give it to God and trust Him that no matter how it turns out, even if it is not the way we thought it would, that we're going to be okay. And every one of them had a lesson they could have learned from what Jacob did. Jacob could have prayed and he could have told God how sorry he was for stealing it. And he could have repented. He could have apologized to everybody. Same with Rebecca. Esau could have prayed on it and he could have said, all right, God, I need your help here because I'm awful mad, but I trust that no matter how this turns out, I'm going to be okay, that you're with me. And that's a lesson for me to do. But that's not what anybody did. And Esau was furious. He decided as soon as Isaac died, he was going to kill Jacob, and he meant it. He was going to kill him. And Rebecca heard about this, and she told Jacob, you got to get out of here. You got to go live with my uncle Laban, or with my brother Laban, your uncle Laban, and stay there until Esau cools down a little bit, or he's going to kill you. And so they lied again. They made this whole big story for Isaac about how Rebecca was afraid Jacob was going to marry one of the local girls, a Hittite woman who didn't believe in God. And she wanted him to go back to her family to find a good Jewish wife. And Isaac was like, all right, yeah, I think you're right on that, Rebecca. And he told Jacob, look, Jacob, I think you should go stay with your uncle Laban and find a wife there. He didn't realize that that Esau was going to kill Jacob. Maybe he did. I don't know. It doesn't say. But either way, Isaac told Jacob, you got to leave. You got to get out of here. Again, with being evicted, being removed from your home, just like Adam and Eve. He's going to wander around. He's going to be, I'm trying to think of the word for it. What do you call that when you're in I hit the camera. Sorry about that. When you're in a land that's not yours. I can't think of the word. It's in my head, but I can't think of it. But he's going to have to wander around in a land that's not his home. And Jacob has never left home before. He's scared to death. He's never been away from home. He's never been on his own. And here he is, just carrying a few small possessions on his back, heading off to people he's never met before in a land that's strange to him. And he's got to be scared. And he laid down to go to sleep in the middle of the desert with a rock for a pillow. That's all he had, just a rock to lay his head on. And he had to have been thinking about home. And my guess is he was praying, because Isaac and Rebecca taught him how to pray and how to turn to God when he was scared. And that's probably what Jacob did. And he had a dream. He had a dream about angels descending and ascending up to heaven. like an elevator. And it's called Jacob's ladder. It wasn't like a ladder that we think of that you climb up and climb down. It was probably more like a pyramid with ramps that zigzagged up it. Doesn't matter. He saw angels coming down to earth and going back up to heaven. What a dream he had. And when he woke up, he was like, wow, this is a holy place that I'm laying on. This must be the gateway to heaven. And then it's so sad. He actually said here, and in his dream, I almost forgot to tell you, in his dream, God came to him and said, hey, I'm God, the father of Abraham, or the God of Abraham and the God of Isaac, and I'm going to give to you and your descendants all kinds of treasure. You're going to have lots of descendants, more than the dust. That's a lot of descendants. You're going to have a lot of descendants. And I'm going to be with you, and I'm going to go with you wherever you go. I know you're scared going to this new land, but I'm going to be with you, Jacob. I won't leave you. Oh, what a comfort. And then he said, when you're done and you come back, I'll stay with you until you come back. And then when Jacob woke up, he said, wow, the Lord is in this place, and I didn't even know it. For the first time, Jacob's realizing God is real. This isn't just something mom and dad's been telling me. And he's with me. He's in me. We are the gate to heaven that those angels are going up and down. We have a gate inside of us to heaven. It's our soul. It's where the Holy Spirit is. That's our connection to heaven. We are connected to heaven every second of our life, and we don't realize it. And if we can learn how to just talk to God and hang out with him and ask Jesus to be a part of everything we do. You know, if you're driving your car, say, hey, Jesus, I invite you to come with me as I'm driving my car to work. And I ask you to touch my heart and teach me to get closer to you. And I trust that however this trip to work turns out, you're going to be with me. And it makes your brain think for a split second, hey, this trip could turn out not like I want. You know, I could have a flat tire. I could get in a wreck. I could get in a traffic jam. It may not end up the way I want. But for just a second, it makes you think, you know what? I trust you, God, no matter how it turns out. I trust you. And if we can do that all throughout our day, you know, when we're cooking, invite Jesus to join us. When we're, I don't know, cleaning the house or mowing the yard or whatever it is we're doing, watching TV, invite Jesus to join us. Ask him to teach us to get closer to him and to love others the way we should. And then give it to him. Say, however this turns out, I trust you. Now, if you're watching TV, chances are it's going to turn out the way you think it is. But it just prepares us. It gets us ready for those big things, because we're going to have hard times. And when the hard times hit, if we can invite Jesus to join us in those hard times and then trust him that no matter how it turns out, we're going to be all right, to know he's going to be with us, just like he told Jacob, he's going to be with him and he's not going to leave him. If we can do that, then we're going to be all right. Esau didn't do that. Esau was rebellious. And he was mad, and he ran off and married not one, but 2 Hittite women, 2 women that didn't believe in God. So things didn't go the way he wanted, and instead of trusting God, he got mad, and he got rebellious, and that never works out well. You know, it just makes life harder. So I think the lesson here we can learn from Jacob and Rebekah and Esau and Isaac is to invite Jesus into every single thing we do, the little things and the big things. And that takes work. We have to consciously stop ourselves and say, Jesus, I invite you to join me in this. He's not just going to butt himself into your life. You have to invite him in. We invite you to join us and touch our hearts. Teach us how to use this experience to get closer to you. And then we have to say, I trust that you're going to be with me and that I'm going to be okay no matter how this turns out, because it may turn out in a way that we didn't want or expect, just like it did with Esau. We just have to have faith that God is not going to leave us. Like he told Jacob, he's not going to leave him. Gotta have faith. And that's what everybody's learning here. And then for his part, Jacob set up a stone pillar because, it's the desert. He'll never find that place again. There's no trees, no landmarks. So he made a stone pillar so when he would come back through, he'd be sure to stop there and pray and make up a little altar and pray to God, because that was a holy thing that happened to him. And he promised to give God 1/10 of everything that he earned. It was the first tithe. We've got to give back to God. He gives us a lot of blessings. We've got to give back to him. Prayer, tithing, almsgiving, and sacrifice. Those are the big things, giving up something that's important to us to show God how much we love him. That's what Jacob's starting to learn. Next time we get together, we're going to find out how life went for Jacob at old Uncle Laban's. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a great day today. And I hope you invite Jesus to join you in your day. And trust him that no matter how your day turns out, he's going to be with you and you're going to be all right. Have a great day today, everyone. Bye-bye.